Hello, in this video I'll be showing you how you can easily edit your images, or how you can easily edit this raw image taken by copy shots, and I'll be showing how you can easily process it and edit it in the best way possible. And if at all you have always wanted to learn how to edit your raw images when it comes to Photoshop, simply check the links in the description of this video so that you can also download this image from copy shots to follow along with this tutorial. So you're going to be finding the link to his video that he uploaded so that you can download it from the description of that very video. So I'm just going to come and import the image by simply right clicking and coming to open with, and simply choose Photoshop 2025 because that is what I'm going to be using. So any Photoshop version that has camera raw is definitely going to open up the image in the camera raw filter. So this is the image that we have right now, and what we want to do is correct in the lighting and contrast issues and some little bit of color correction or color grading in camera raw. So we're just going to take the highlights down slightly and take the whites down. We shall take the blacks down to have more information in the dark areas. Open up the shadows of this image, add some contrast, and slightly open up the exposure, and you can see before, after, the image looks brighter now. So we shall scroll to the color mixer option, and you're just going to play around with the hues, saturation, and luminance. So we shall come to the hues right here, and first of all try to change the greens in this image to make them complement her orange skin tones or the skin tone color. So we're just going to come to the hues. So hues is basically changing a color. So you are going to make the greens towards the right hand side. That is going to make the greens more aqua, and you're going to make the yellows towards the green side. And you can see by just doing this, it is making the greens pop in the image. So you are going to come to saturation and simply reduce on the saturation of both the yellows and the greens slightly. So after doing this, we can as well come to the hues and slightly hue the oranges towards the yellows slightly, and I feel like that is okay. So to make the reds pop a little bit more in her hair, we shall just come and intensify on the saturation of the red slightly. So this is where we started and this is where we are right now. So we shall open the image in Photoshop for us to do the next adjustments. So when it comes to Photoshop, we want first of all do the skin retouching. So in order to do skin retouching, we're just going to be using frequency separation. So frequency separation divides the image into the colors and the textures. So we shall come to the background image right here and simply duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J twice, or you can use Command J, then double click, name that to low frequency, and double click to rename this to high frequency or texture layer. So select the color layer or the low frequency layer and hide the high frequency layer. Simply come to filter, come to blur, and come to Gaussian blur. So when you come to Gaussian blur, take the radius all the way to the minimum, which is 0.1, and click on the skin area. So take up the radius slider and stop at the point whereby the textures or the details in the skin are just starting to disappear. Click OK, select the high frequency layer, and now come and activate it, and simply come to image, apply image, and since this is a 16-bit image, come layer, select the low layer, channel has to be RGB, blending has to be, add, scale is 2, offset 0, and turn on the invert option. Make sure the opacity is 100%, preserve transparency and mask are not checked. But if at all you are editing an 8-bit image, simply select the color layer, don't turn on the invert option, use a blend mode of subtract, the scale is 2, offset 128, and you'll have the same results. So ours is a 16-bit image, so I'll revert the settings to 16-bit, click OK, change the blend mode from normal to linear light, and select both layers, then press Ctrl G, or you can use Command G. Open up the group for frequency separation, select the low frequency layer, hide the high frequency layer, come to the brushes, right click and get the mixer brush tool, and make sure the hardness set to 0%. Clean brush is selected, and this second option, that is clean brush after each stroke, is selected. With the weight of 9%, load 75, mix 90, flat 100%. Make sure sample all layers is not turned on, and with that done, you can slightly zoom into the image and start blending the skin tones. So reduce on the size of the mixer brush tool by using the bracket keys on the keyboard. You can use the box bracket keys on the keyboard. So while still selected on the color layer or the low frequency layer, we are simply going to come and start mixing the colors or the tones on her skin. Just like that, you left click and hold down, and you mix the tonal ranges or colors that are looking alike on her skin to try to blend and create a smooth transition between those colors. So I'm just going to be painting just like that, and you can see what we have right now. So I'll just come to the neck area and continue working on every area that has skin. So you can even blend some parts of her outfit if at all you really want to smoothen it a little bit more. So I'll just blend on her fingers slightly. So for this kind of full body images, the retouching shouldn't be overdone, and it shouldn't take such a long time trying to edit an image. So I'll just blend just like that. I think that is okay. So after doing this, we are simply going to come and turn on the high frequency layer, and after turning it back on, we are just going to zoom into the image by using Ctrl plus, or you can use Command plus. Select the high frequency layer, come and get the clone stamp tool, and make sure the hardness is set to 0%. The mode is set to normal, opacity at 100%, flat 100%. Then align is checked in this case, sample is set to current layer, and we shall zoom all the way in by using Ctrl plus on the keyboard, and reduce on the size of the clone stamp tool by using the bracket keys on the keyboard. Hold down the option key on the keyboard and left click on a clean area near the pimple, and simply click over the pimple or the blemish to try to eliminate the blemishes. So this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the pimples or blemishes, to try to clear them up and remove them from her skin. But remember, we have selected the texture, or we have selected the high frequency layer, and we are simply copying and pasting over the pimples or the blemishes to replace the blemishes with clean skin. So I'll just be doing this, and you see by just doing this, the skin is now looking better because we have cleared or removed the imperfections from her skin. So after removing all these imperfections, what will be left is us trying to get a better color on her skin. Command minus to zoom out. So in order to get a better skin tone, this is what we're going to be doing. We're just going to close the group and create a stamp visible layer by pressing Shift Option Command E. Then for Windows, the Shift Alternate Control E to create a stamp visible layer, and simply come to select subject, and Photoshop is going to help us automatically select the subject in this case. So just come and create an empty layer, then come to the brushes, get the normal brush tool with the hardness set to 0%, soft round brush is selected, the mode is set to normal, opacity at 100%, flat 100%. You're just going to zoom into this image by using Ctrl plus on the keyboard, then sample a skin color you want on our skin. So hold down the option key on the keyboard and simply left click to copy a sample of her skin color. And after copying that color, we are simply going to paint it on the skin. So remember to change the blend mode from normal and change it to color. And you're just going to start painting just like that. So make sure you only paint on her skin. So I'll just paint slightly on her skin and keep her from the edges or even painting from her outfit, because you don't want to distort the original color of her outfit. So just come down to the lower part and paint on her fingers. So make sure you zoom all the way in so that you can be precise with the painting process. So just paint on her skin just like that. Come to this other side, reduce on the size of the brush, and just come and paint. So don't mind if at all we paint some extras, because we are going to be correcting that later on. So to be more precise, always make sure you zoom all the way in by using Ctrl plus, or you can use Command plus on the keyboard, and make sure you have painted on each and every area that has skin. So to perfect the areas that you may have accidentally painted away from, get the eraser tool, make sure brush is selected, opacity at 100%, and I'm just going to reduce on the side by using the bracket keys on the keyboard, or you can use the box bracket keys on the keyboard, and you can erase the extras that you could have painted. So you can see we had painted away from these areas. So use a very small one. Small eraser tool is going to help us erase that color from the extras that we painted initially. So we shall also come to the lower part of the body and erase it from her outfit in this case. So I feel like this is okay. So press B for the brush tool and paint on the areas that you may have accidentally missed out. Ctrl D, or you can use Command D to deselect. And this is what we're going to be doing next. We're just going to come to the opacity of this empty layer that we created for the color grading, and simply reduce on the opacity so that if it can be a little bit better and more natural. So you can see before, after for the color grading for her skin. Now that her skin looks better, it is time to even remove the orange tones from her skin. So just come and create a hue and saturation adjustment layer. Change the options from master to reds, and simply take down the lightness to your liking. So I just go with around -9. So it's a before, after. We have taken away the oranges. So if at all you want to make the image pop a little bit more, we are simply going to come to the adjustments, create a levels adjustment layer, then hold down the option key on the keyboard, drag in the blacks, so alternate or option, and hold it down, drag in the blacks, stop at the point where the blacks are clipping, then you're going to do the same for the white point, and stop at the point whereby the reds are just starting to appear. So you can see before, after, before, after. So next, you're just going to come and create a selective color adjustment layer. Come and target the blacks and simply make the image more cinematic by moving the sun slider a little bit higher to around, I feel like 8 is okay. And you can even play around with the blacks to your liking. So I just leave it, I'll leave this to around -3. So you can see what selective color has contributed. So you can even come to the reds and remove the magentas a little bit, because I felt like this was a little bit more on the orange side. So now that we are done color grading this image, so when you find that the image is a little bit too reddish for your liking, you can as well come back to the hue and saturation layer that we had initially, and come back to the reds and simply take down the lightness even more to your liking. So to brighten up her face a little bit more, you're just going to create a brightness and contrast layer right here, and simply increase on the brightness. So we are now focusing on her face. Then press Ctrl I, or you can use Command I on the keyboard. Get the brush tool, make sure you have black and white on these two color swatches. So to reset, simply click on the tiny squares with black and white. Make sure white is the foreground color. And this time around, with a white brush, we can simply dab over her face to brighten up her face and some areas of her body so that they can even pop out of the image even more. So before, after, but that is too much. Reduce on the opacity for it to look a little bit better. So after doing this, let's whiten her eyes a little bit more. So just come and create another hue and saturation adjustment layer. Take down the saturation to around -79. Then press Ctrl I to invert. Zoom in by using Ctrl plus on the keyboard. Reduce on the size by using the bracket keys on the keyboard. And with the white brush, simply paint in the eyes just like that. And by just doing that, you can see the eyes look now better and white in color. So let's see what we have done in just Photoshop. So this is the image before, after, before, after. So this is how you can easily edit an image in Photoshop from the very start to the very end. And finally, to export, simply come to File, Export, Export As, and it's going to open up the Export As dialog box right here in Photoshop. Make sure the format is set to JPEG, quality to the maximum, which is 7 for this case. The sample is set to bicubic sharper. And simply make sure convert to sRGB and also embed color profile have been checked, and simply click on export, and you can save the image wherever you want to save it and hit save. So this is how you can easily edit in Photoshop from the very start to the very end. If at all you have enjoyed this, simply like this video, and don't forget to subscribe if at all you have been watching and you're not a subscriber to this channel. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thanks for watching and seeing yet more videos on this channel. Don't forget to keep practicing and also keep creating.